Last night in OKC, a classic, an absolute thriller with these MVPs going head-to-head, tied at 2. Third quarter, Nuggets up 4, and then Jamal Murray and Nikola, 3 minutes to go. SGA throwing it up. Hartenstein throwing it down. OKC up a deuce. 3 minutes to go. Nuggets still down 2. Jokic, UD, how about this?
Tough. I mean, shot fake down, getting in there, not athletic.
The dagger. Thunder go on to win it, 112-105. They take a 3-2 lead in the series. What a magnificent series this has been. What a magnificent game. And the duel between the MVPs, Thunder storming from behind in the fourth, outscoring the Nuggets by 15 points, shooting 56% from the floor and on threes in the quarter. Jokic in that fourth quarter was 4 of 6. All the other Nuggets were 1 for 15 in the final quarter. What did you see, Windman, in a fabulous battle between these two MVPs?
Yeah, it was a great battle between two MVPs, but I'm not sure it was a battle between two championship teams, and that's really the problem with the Nuggets. Their starters just ran out of gas late, and their bench wasn't there. They got outscored 33-8 in Game 4 last night. It was 22-10 down the stretch. There was no relief there, and the starters were gassed, you could tell. And then, you know, to see Shea make those big plays obviously is huge, but his teammates, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams had to live for a year with failing in this exact spot last year. 2-2 Game 5. He prepared himself better. He delivers. This was one team beating one great player last night.
Grinny, I know your kid's older, but my oldest daughter is 6. Her name is Amelia, and she loves Frozen. And it's Coronation Day. It's Coronation Day. And that's what last night was. It was a coronation of a guy in SGA and Nikola Jokic. 2 incredible performances. Still think Jokic is the best player in the world. 44 points, 15 rebounds. But it was the way SGA closed it out, right? Assisted or scored 6 of the 9 last final possessions and gave a dagger 3 to lock it in.
He's coming into his own, and this team, you were making the point in our meeting this morning, right before our eyes is coming into its own.
Right before our eyes. I mean, Game 3 down the stretch, it just seemed like they didn't have any flow. Jalen Williams had it going. You brought SGA back in. It seemed like it disrupted his flow a little bit. I felt like in the fourth quarter and in overtime, the ball really never got where it wanted to go.
That was just in Game 3.
Just in Game 3.
Just a few days ago.
Just in Game 3. And we very rarely see young teams make
Here's what you're talking about, right? This was in Game 3.
Look at them loading up right now. He drives into the coverage. Jalen Williams actually moves a little bit, but it's so much traffic in there. They're loading the elbows. We come off the pick and roll right here. They switch it. He's in traffic again. Now they go back and try to re-sweat it. He's in traffic again. He shifts a pull-up 3. He makes that one this time. So this is him in rhythm right now. So we're talking about him in rhythm and him not in rhythm. He came back in that game. He was not in rhythm. Jalen Williams had it going that game. They still tried to go to him in the fourth quarter, which he's an MVP player, but I really feel like that disrupted the flow.
This year, so much of the time, we've been calling this the OKC Invitational. They've obviously had a tough battle here with a Denver team that has the heart of a champion and has the star in Jokic. Do the Thunder remain, in your mind, at this moment, the team to beat to win the championship?
To win it all?
Yes.
Ooh, go ahead.
You put one on me, Green. You put one on me. I can't say that.
No.
I cannot say that.
You're not convinced?
I cannot say that. Yes, they have everything, but I can't say that.
I think they are the favorite. Yes, I think they are a slight favorite. Yes.
They are actually they are an odds-on favorite. For the first time yesterday, the odds, and this is, of course, largely due to the terrible news about the injury with Jason Tatum, but they are, for the first time, an odds-on favorite to win the championship. These are the odds on this series going forward and how it has moved since we got from the beginning to where we are now. So OKC now a prohibitive favorite to advance through here. We'll see where they wind up. Meanwhile, a classic, or at least a very interesting night in the East Conference yesterday as well. Game 5, Pacers looking to close out the Cavs in Cleveland. Cleveland would take a huge lead. They're up 19 points, but then Tyrese Halliburton just went nuts.
So Hallie, his ability to probe and his ability to knock down shots, big time. I mean, he is
5 threes in the half. It had been a 19-point deficit. They cut it to 4 at halftime. And then here they
That's right, man.
31 points, 8 assists for Tyrese Halliburton. Donovan Mitchell doing everything he can, knocking down a 3 with his team down 9. So they make it a 6-point game. Next trip down the floor. He's fouled. Mitchell fouled on the 3. Oh, dear, he's ever missed 3 consecutive free throws being fouled on a 3. But his teammates would pick him up. They get the defense on one end. We're going the other way. And it's Mitchell. Those 3 points that he left at the line, he gets them here. Mitchell, 35 points and 9 rebounds. But in the end, it was just 2. The Cavaliers' great season comes to a disappointing end. The Pacers are going on. Donovan Mitchell and company are going home.
Getting beat down like this, and y'all do. Like, you know, feel for everybody. Y'all gonna say a lot, and let City down, let each other down. We'll be back.
What did you just say?
I just said I love how we're built, athletes, right? Like, think about this. First time they were #1 seed since 2016. You know, the defensive player of the year, coach of the year, all the records that they're broken, all the hypeful things that we've been talking about as it relates to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's how Donovan Mitchell feels at the end of it. And the reality is for him that there have been early exits his entire career.
Right.
This year, second round. Last year, second round. The year before that, first round. Year before that with the Utah Jazz, first round. Second round the year before that.
#1 seed with Utah.
So all that, right? Like, so yes, there are going to be things written about him because they're deserving so, but I love it fuels him to continue to push forward.
Well, there's one really tough word that I need to use in this conversation. I'll put it in the form of a question. They had a magnificent regular season. But UD, when you look at it now in its totality, getting knocked out in 5 on their home floor in the second round, is this Cavaliers season a failure?
Hell yeah. And they know that. I'm not saying nothing they don't know. Donovan Mitchell knows that. Max knows that. Those guys in that locker room know that. When you make a move to bring in DeAndre Hunter mid-season and you already have the #1 seed, you're making that move to say, hey, we're going for it all. We want to match up with the Bostons. We understand we have small guards. We're going to address the issues and our weaknesses right now because we want to win it all. So, hell yeah, they know that. And if it wasn't a failure to them, then I'm misjudging those guys in that locker room.
UD, who played for this franchise? Who won a world championship?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Second most wins in franchise history for this team. You're damn right it's a failure. Those are the expectations.
Yes.
You gear up to beat Boston. You have a great regular season. This is proving the point that people were saying that you're a regular season team. I don't believe that, but that's what you live with in the offseason.
On the other side of it, Indiana, and I saw their coach Rick Carlisle telling his team in the locker room, Windy, you're now 8 wins away from an NBA championship. And I keep using this phrase, Windman, that you used at the beginning of the playoffs. You described the Pacers as a contender hiding in plain sight. Why is that?
They have an team that is incredibly built for playoff success. They had 6 different players average double figures in this series. They have the entire series. It totally blew out their guards' ability to get into a rhythm. And they've got a closer in Tyrese Halliburton, who has been just as clutch as anybody else in this postseason. And more importantly, they're playing with confidence. I'm going to keep updating this number. Now 42-16 since January 1st. This is a 1 seed, and now they've taken the mantle from the 1 seed.
Absolutely, and they move on. They will get in the conference final either the Knicks, who are certainly not unbeatable, or the Celtics, who will be without Jason Tatum. The Pacers have a real shot.
Brittany, I have to say this. I only have 12 superstars in the NBA. I only have 12 superstars.
All right.
I do feel like Tyrese Halliburton is on the verge of potentially cracking that, right? Because superstars are made in the postseason. Yeah. Last postseason, he was hurt. If they can get by the Knicks, because we all think the Knicks are going to beat the Boston Celtics and find a way to get to the NBA championship, he's right there to crack that.
And not only do they have a superstar, but everybody on that team stars in their role. And that's what I love about that team. There is no egos on that team. You have Naismith, who averaged almost 20 in this series. You have Nembhard, who averaged almost about 17 in this series, and they take the challenge on the other end. This is a team of roster of guys. Yes, they play the right way, but they also start in their role, and they have no egos about it at all.
Yep, they've been very impressive, steamrolling through Milwaukee, now steamrolling through Cleveland. And as their coach said, I'll say it again, they're 8 wins away from.
Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách làm một chiếc mũ đội đầu đơn giản từ len nha. Nguyên liệu của mình đây, mình sẽ sử dụng 2 màu sắc len như thế này để làm này. Màu vàng và màu tím mình sẽ kết hợp lại với nhau nhé. Dùng kim móc len để làm, kéo nữa. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ tiến hành mình móc. Mình sẽ sử dụng cái phần màu tím này trước nhé mọi người. Mình gỡ len ra để dùng. Bây giờ sẽ tiến hành móc. Mình sẽ móc một cái hình tròn trước nha. Đây, móc vào đây. Đây, móc vào. Cứ móc luân phiên từng mũi một. Đây. Mình sẽ móc xuống những cái mũi nửa kép nhé, tiếp nha mọi người. Đây, móc xuống tiếp. Mũi nữa này. Tiếp tục. Đấy, mình móc luân phiên từng mũi. Tiếp nha. Đấy, mình sẽ móc lần lượt từng mũi. Tiếp tục móc xuống. Đây, móc xuống nữa. Mũi tiếp theo. Mình siết dây lại này. Bây giờ sẽ móc những mũi còn lại vào để được hình tròn nhé. Móc tiếp vào. Tiếp tục móc xuống nữa. Đấy, cứ luân phiên từng mũi như này là được nhá. Bây giờ sẽ nối vào đây này, nối vào để tạo một cái hình tròn. Mình siết chặt lại. Đây, sẽ được một cái hình tròn như thế này. Nó là cái chóp mũ nha mọi người. Bây giờ mình sẽ phải móc cho nó to thêm ra. Cái chóp mũ này đang rất là nhỏ. Hàng này thì mình sẽ móc theo tỷ lệ 1:1 nhé. Một mũi vào một chân, sau đó là 2 mũi vào một chân. Đấy, móc vào đây. Móc tiếp xuống này. Mình móc luân phiên từng mũi, móc vào vòng quanh. Mũi nữa này. Mũi tiếp nữa. Móc tiếp vào. Mũi tiếp theo. Mình làm lần lượt như thế này là được. Tiếp nha mọi người. Đấy, móc tiếp vào. Có một xíu này nữa ấy. Mình gỡ thêm len ra để móc nhé. Gỡ thêm len ra. Rồi bây giờ sẽ móc tiếp xuống. Bây giờ sẽ móc tiếp xuống. Rồi mũi nữa này.